Hey guys, welcome to Boots and Bows Outdoors. It's been almost a year now since we've gotten our cabin, and so we wanted to give you an update. It's slow but steady progress, so come along.
And of course, Rusty the Goldendoodle going
He
ahead
welcomes you
and
in.
guarding everything, welcoming guests and visitors and anybody else.
Okay, so the first thing we did in the cabin was we did put up some walls. We framed in two bedrooms, a bedroom over here,
And
and a bedroom on the other side, which is storage right now.
right.
Because Jim and I are mostly the only ones that are spending the night. We also will have a storage area next to it, and we decided in the process of framing that we did not need any kind of doorway.
Door, walls, or anything.
Right,
like that.
it was just storage.
Yeah.
And then our bathroom is opposite on the other side. So that was the framing in that got done pretty quickly last summer. Then we kind of had a little bit of a break in plans while we took care of some things at home and didn't get much work done on the place. But somewhere after the first of the year, our electrical friend came and started running the electrical for us.
Right. We got most of the electrical roughed in. Got be putting ceiling fans, one in the bedroom. Then we'll have one here, one there, and then one in the other bedroom. So we have a total of 4 ceiling fans in the place, which will help to keep things cooled down. Millie's been really working hard putting up insulation in the walls. She finished up what rolls we had this weekend. And like the bathroom is not insulated because we still have to run plumbing. We still have electrical work to do. Getting gang boxes right now for some reason is crazy. Copper is up 300%, so wire has been outrageously expensive, not to mention wood, which if anybody's tried to buy any plywood or paneling or anything like that, it's outrageous. The ceiling, the joists are 24 inches instead of 16 like you have in the walls. So what I'm going to do is take 1x2s and basically put stringers across here, then take and drape the R30. So we use it in the ceiling and drape the R30 across the stringers to insulate the ceiling. Yeah, there's going to be some gaps between the sides of the insulation and the joist, but I don't think it's going to matter that much, especially once we put ceiling up. It'll be enough to, keep us cool and keep us warm. Unlike this morning, I had to knock frost off my face when I woke up. It was pretty cold. We have one little radiant heater that was trying to warm up the whole cabin while we slept, and it was down in the 30s last night.
I have to say, other than the temperature, we've been pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
We've got
And-
some nice hand-me-downs
Yep, got a love seat and a rocker recliner.
that
So
squeaks. That's why it was given to us, but we're okay with that.
yeah, at least it's someplace to sit. You're not just sitting on the bed or sitting in a camp chair outside.
The kitchen stuff has been lent to us.
Rusty.
Oh.
He's part termite. He eats wood.
So the kitchen table belongs to a friend, and the chairs belong to.
The kitchen table. Oh no, that's
No,
right.
they
That's
do not.
that's
Right.
our kitchen table from a friend. Yeah.
It's from a friend, so
Yeah.
it's really not
Yeah,
ours.
but it's Brian and Liz's chairs.
Brian and Liz's chairs,
Right.
which we're using for the moment.
Right.
And then this will be our kitchen area. We changed it from the original layout, mainly because the doorway to the bedroom over here has been put in the hallway,
Right.
and it gives us more wall space for. We'll have some sort of small oven or stove. We'll have a sink and a refrigerator, and then just some makeshift cabinets on the bottom, and probably just open shelving on the top. But it gave us a little bit more wall space, and we were able to move. If we end up with a TV, it can be put on the back wall.
Right. We actually have an outlet up here for the TV. So we can just wall mount the TV, and then, of course, don't plan on coming up here and watching TV much, but...
Right. I mean, that's way down on the list of priorities.
Yeah, inclement weather, and...
Or at night where you're just kind of settling down.
Yeah.
And then we also had the grandkids that come up a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, for my birthday weekend. The grandkids, 3 of the 5 came up and seemed to have a really good time here, even though we're really very rough and dirty yet. So I feel like we've made a lot of progress since the first of the year. Like, we seem to have made some progress when we first got the place. Then it got so brutally hot that it was hard to work in here.
Yeah.
And then after the first of the year, we were able to start coming more regularly again, and we seem to have made some progress here. So I hope that in the next couple of months, we are able to finish up the roughing in on the electrical and get the insulation done so that when the window units are running in the summer, it's still cool in here. And then start working on the plumbing, which none of us know really anything about. So
we're learning.
We'll learn. And then I guess the other thing I'd like to start doing too is, while we're running or figuring out plumbing, is maybe even getting some of the walling up. We're not doing sheetrock. We're going to do some sort of paneling.
And probably beadboard for the ceiling.
Right. That's my preference. I don't want sheetrock. So if
I don't want to float sheetrock.
No, I don't want to float it. I don't want the dust. I don't want any of that. So, and this is a camp. This is our weekend getaway that we come to a couple times a month. So it's not like I really want to go. And if this shed should ever have to be moved, I think that having paneling on the walls is a little bit easier than the sheetrock. So I'm hoping to get some walling up, so that'll help with some of this cooling and heating too. Closing off some spaces.
If we can, I mean, once we get the rest of the insulation in and get the ceiling and the walls up, that's really going to help regulate temperature inside, where, even this little space heater might have a fighting chance of doing something, but definitely the air conditioners are actually more the ones that will be doing the work, because it's hot here more than it's cold.
Right.
And so, we have a 1,000 BTU in the window over there. Then we have, a 12,000, I think, BTU unit here to the main area. Then we have another 5,000 that's going to be going into the second bedroom. You can see we have the panel in already for the electrical. And we'll be doing floodlights all the way outside. We'll have outlets outside, so like that can plug in wherever we want. And of course, we have a nice comfy throw rug on the floor. Woohoo! Which is better than, you putting your feet on the lovely plywood we have for flooring right now. We haven't decided on flooring exactly yet. Probably going to be some sort of sheet vinyl or peel and stick or something, that nature. I'm not doing ceramic tile.
No, we're not doing ceramic tile. It's either going to be a sheet vinyl, but if it's a sheet vinyl, it's going to have to be ordered, because the building is wider than 12 feet. It's not quite the 14 that you purchased, so it's like 13 and a half feet. And I am not having a strip of, most of the sheet vinyl comes 12. So I'm not having a 1 foot strip along the wall for it to curl and everything. But I do know that we can special order, like if we go to a flooring place rather than Home Depot or Lowe's, we can get wider sheet vinyl. I think that sheet vinyl would be the most cost effective and the easiest to clean in this environment. Remember, we're going to have a lot of grandkids running in and out, I hope.
And dogs.
And dogs. The dogs are in and out all the time.
And it gets wet outside. They don't wipe their feet.
So the other thing,
it gets a little
I feel
gritty.
like peel and stick will show all the imperfections.
It probably will.
So I really kind of didn't want to go that route. But maybe a waterproof...
What about shag carpeting?
No carpet at all. Except for throw rugs. I have
Because you
maybe...
can throw it outside.
Maybe some of like the Pergo type products that are waterproof. Maybe floating floors.
Yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't show the imperfections in the plywood. Maybe it would give another layer of insulation with the foam. I know you put a foam barrier. So so those are the two things I'm looking at is sheet vinyl and a floating floor, but it's got to be waterproof, like a Pergo floating floor.
Yeah.
So
And the reason we didn't go with spray-in insulation, I'll go to that, was just semantics and cost.
Semantics more than anything.
Yeah, because by the time, we'd have to run all the electrical, and then they have to come in and spray and then start cutting, and then it gets, tied in with the electrical. It was just for what we want. The regular insulation batting is going to work well for us.
It would timeline, because we were able to get insulation up way before we would be ready to do spray insulation.
Yeah.
And then we talked about like a combo. Well, let's do fiberglass on the walls, and let's do spray underneath and in the ceiling. Well, again, it's a timeline. We bought the R30 by mistake, so now we're going to use it in the ceiling so that it's not wasting money. We maybe still might decide to have spray done underneath.
Yeah, that's a definite possibility. We're going to have to see after we get the rest of the insulation up. We still feel like there's a lot of, usually with the underneath, it's cold. You feel the cold coming. So we'll see. I mean, we may have enough.
But it's just that we would have had to wait so long, since this isn't our primary living structure, and we have other things in life that have to be done.
Right.
We would have to wait so long to do the insulation, but we're like camping in here on the weekends, so
right.
We really needed more comfort. So it was kind of a cross. And then our lovely young man that's doing our electrical for us was really against the spray insulation, because if ever anything needed to be changed with the electrical, it was such an issue to get to it.
Yeah.
So he was quite happy when we changed our mind.
Yeah.
But so it's more of...
I'm fine with it. The spray, it would have been easier because somebody else would have been doing it, and no one had to fool with it. Yeah. And you wouldn't have had to... Well, Billy's the one actually been doing the insulation, so she gets all the itchies from...
I do. This time was the easiest, and that's why I've been trying to get what we had up and done before the weather gets hot, because I have to wear so many clothes, and then it's hot, and so now is perfect. It's actually a perfect weather. So I'm really hoping when we come back in 2 weeks that we start working on the insulation in the ceiling as much as possible. But I know we still have some more wiring to do in the ceiling. So hopefully our guy will be out in 2 weeks to help us with that, and we can also do some of the insulation. And I know it's not going to fit because it's made for 16 inches. It's 16 inches wide, and these are 24. Very possibly we might rip down some of those and make it fill in. It was bought as a mistake, so I don't want to lose it, but it's not going to cover the entire ceiling, I don't think, if I measured right.
Yeah,
so,
we'd have to buy more anyway. So
I might as well just, when I buy more, I'll buy the wider stuff. But so I might just sit here and rip out so that we can put a sheet and a half and fill up that space. So, because that's where I feel a lot of the air coming in at.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it.
All
Here's
right.
our update. Some people have been asking. Also, another thing we're going to be doing up here in the next couple of weeks is we've been planting at home. We've been planting seeds. which that's a whole nother story. We'll go
Yeah,
into that another day.
yeah.
We had some issues with that. But we've been planting our seeds, so we will be bringing some of the vegetables up here, planting in the raised bed we have here, and hopefully if I can convince some of the boys to help me make maybe another raised bed and have 2 raised beds going. Last summer, the yellow squash grew phenomenal here. So we were able to get yellow squash, we were able to get some beans, and we were able to get corn, I think. We started some corn. Anyway, it's hard because we only here every other weekend. We have to set up timers for watering. But, so that's another job we're going to be working on.
Plus, the animals will eat the crops, so we got to plant a lot so we can share.
Right. And we'd also like to plant some blueberries. So that's another thing that's on our list of planting that we wanted. And come to find out, Brian and Liz want blueberries as well. So maybe we'll take you along for that. We've had a couple of people asking us for more planting videos, which I think is funny because ours never seem to work out well, but we try.
Yeah.
And I guess that's it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so keep in store. Hopefully we'll be making more videos. We'd love to have you come along on our little weekend journey here. We do some stuff at home, and our whole point of starting this channel was to do some stuff with the grandkids outside.
Right, and document that.
And mainly so they have this video documentary in their lifetime of their time spent with their grandparents.
Yeah, I didn't know, only knew one of my grandparents. All the other ones were gone by the time I was born. You know, Millie knew both her grandmothers. One of them actually lived with her. My grandmother that I knew lived with us. But yeah, we didn't know my either of my grandfathers or my dad's mom. So, you know, I just thought this would be cool for them to have.
And as of yet, we haven't done much. They did come out a couple weeks ago for my birthday, and the 3 that came out had a ball.
They did.
I was so worried. I was like, oh my God, there's nothing for them to do up here. We don't have the pond yet. We don't have anything for them to swing on because the tornado took out our good, like, swinging trees. But I tell you, they played in rocks. They pretended to cut the grass. They played with bubbles. They just ran around. And then we had music on in the evening, and we all danced while we were waiting for the barbecue. So we really had a good time. So we do have to do more stuff with them out here.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. You know, so we enjoyed it. So yeah, it definitely was a good time.
All right, we're going to close this video out. We don't want to make them too long for you. So this is the Shabin update. I hope you enjoyed it. Go back and look at some of the other build, like when we had the Shabin delivered and they built it. Go back and check that out. That was kind of fun. And we'll see.
And I don't know, I may have done a video when we built the walls. So there may be one. We did one, yeah. So
you can check that out too. We'd love for you to check out our older videos. And I'm going to try and stay away from the poison ivy or poison oak this year. So that's my goal. And so anyway, stick with us, and I'm glad you're here, and we'll see you later.
Bye. Rusty, you got anything to say? You want to tell the people anything?
Rusty's worn out.
Huh, Rust? You been having fun playing all morning? You wore out? He's been getting more exercise when we get up here than you can shake a stick at. He loves it. But he does need his downtime. All right, guys. Bye.